Today I'm going to be doing a Mystical Dragon Unicorno Tokidoki unboxing. And I'm so excited to do this because I absolutely love every single design in this series that they made, at least based off the drawings. I have also seen some sneak peeks off of like Reddit posts and Instagram, so I have really high expectations for these dragons, I guess, and I just really like the colors. The designs already look really cool and unique. They do remind me a little bit of the other fairy series that came out, but I'm very much into that, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how these look. And I will also be going over placement in the box because this is a full set that I ordered off of Tokidoki website, so hopefully y'all can figure out which ones y'all are wanting off of the placement. Okay, let's get started. So this is the box. The first one that they highlight is this cherry blossom one, which is one of my top 3, I would say. I really like this one right here. It's very like cosmic and celestial. And then I also really like this water dragon. It's really cute. It reminds me a lot of like Avatar: The Last Airbender Katara. And I also really am interested to see what this one looks like. It's got these really nice pastel colors that kind of match the box colorway. This is the chaser, which I think is cool. It does kind of give me Fiamma vibes, the other unicorno that kind of has like the double horns and the little pitchfork. I do also like this one. It reminds me a lot of the older little Mochi series with the sun version. And then this one's probably my least favorite. It does kind of look like an earth type dragon, but I'm just not like a huge fan. And then also like an ice dragon. These two are kind of okay, but I would say my top 4 are going to be the water, the cherry blossom, the celestial one, and this very pastel cloudy one. Alright, so here's the box. I want to go ahead and take a look at one of the boxes, but I think I'm going to start off with this first one right here. So the box still highlights every single Tokidoki, and I really like this top little design with the wings. I think that's a really nice feature to the box and adds a little bit of, you know, color and also uniqueness to the series itself. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. As always, I open from the bottom. Okay, I do want to see, so they did end up giving stickers, which are really nice, and a little pamphlet. Let's see, out of these, I think this one's going to be the water one in the top middle. Oh, I already saw a color. I think it's going to be the purple one now. Oh, okay. So this one is a little different. I honestly think this one's probably one of the lower quality ones, but I think this was a very missed opportunity to make this one a lot cooler. It looks like it's kind of like a geode slash gemstone dragon, which I really like the wings on it. But the plastic itself I think is hollow, and it seems a little bit more like the cheaper option or version of some of the other ones. Honestly, I think this one would be good if you DIY'd it into like your own design. So I'm not super fond of this one. Okay, next one we'll go with this one. For this next one, I am hoping to get the Prism Dragon. Alright. Let's see, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this one is the Water Dragon, which is named Aquatic Dragon. I guess, I don't know if this is like a new thing, but they feel very hollow. Like there's nothing inside the head or the body, which I don't know how I feel about that. I really do like the design, but it just feels like it's not as sturdy as some of the other. And I think the quality of this plastic is just, it's different. I would have liked to have seen on this particular one, you can see in the photo, looks like it has like painted on like scales. Been nice to have had like some sort of, like, do you hear that? It sounds so cheap. I don't know. I have really high expectations for this series, and right now it's kind of being a miss. Okay, next one. I think this next one's gonna be the Ember Dragon. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is way more my vibe. I really like this. So as you can see, this is the Prism Dragon. And what I like about this is that it's like these pastel colors, but also I'm not like, it doesn't seem as like cheaply made. Like this is like more of the style that I'm used to when it comes to like Tokidoki. I think this one is a lot more, I guess, higher quality. It just looks a little bit better. And I do think in the photo, the only critique I'm gonna make is that in the photo, the colors are a lot more vibrant. These look a little bit more washed out. The next one is this very last one right here. I think I'm gonna get the Cherry Blossom Dragon for this one. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is the Ember one. And it's very similar to the first two that I opened up, which they look very hollow. I still like them. They're not awful designs, but like you could definitely have done more with like the body and making it, you know, not just only translucent. You could have done a lot more with the design. So I'm a little dissatisfied with the quality, I guess. And once again, the wings sound so thin and cheaply, like cheap plastic. This paint job is like, why even put that on there if it's not gonna look good? Once again, like a metallic on the scales would have been nice, but you know, I'm not one that's gonna be designing Tokidoki, but just my thoughts as a collector. Next is going to be this one. Okay, so I still haven't seen Flora, Cherry Blossom, Shooting Star, and Feather, so I think I'm gonna go with Feather this time. This one's way better. So this one and the Prism Dragon are probably the top two right now. Just looks a lot nicer, like higher quality. And once again, I don't know fully why they decided to just kind of splatter color. Otherwise, I do think the markings on the cherry blossoms itself, like those look really nice. I think, to be honest, I think what they do now is they pour into, you know, 3 or 4 of the designs in each series and kind of slack on, you know, a couple of the other designs in one of the series. That way they can like make chasers that aren't necessarily chasers, they're just nicer, like people want those more. It looks a little better, but still not like the greatest of designs, I would say. Like, it just, do you hear that? It just sounds a little hollow. All right, next one is going to be this one. Still missing the feather dragon, the shooting star dragon, and the flora dragon, which I don't really care for the flora dragon. I'm gonna be really upset if that one's like a higher quality one. So let's take a look. This one, oh, I can already tell. Yep, this one is a lot better. So at least with like this one, even though it is with like the translucent plastic that I've been kind of bashing on the other ones, at least it's ombre. So it makes it a little bit harder, and it's got like something on there, like some constellations and different colors, whereas like this is just one singular color of plastic. This one at least has some sort of character to it, even if it didn't have the colors. Like the actual design is a lot nicer. Still, you know, cheap material, but this is definitely one that I was more so looking forward to. I had seen this one on secondhand stores, so I do really like the ombre. Next one. So the last three that we don't have from this series is the feather dragon, flora dragon, and the volcanic dragon, which if the volcanic dragon is similar to like the higher quality ones, I would be interested in that one over the flora dragon, but I definitely want to see what the feather dragon looks like. Okay, so let's hope for the feather dragon. Okay, I can already kind of see some green. So, wow, they literally wasted higher quality plastic on a broccoli dragon. I don't get it. I would much rather have had this one be the higher quality plastic and like better designs, because like this just looks like broccoli. I think it's okay. I do like the wings, but I'm not a fan of like whatever this is. Like, just get rid of that part, or make it at least like a different color, or flock it, make it like the fuzzy material. I'm just not a fan of this. I don't know, I was like really I was really looking forward to this series, and like it's really not as impressive as what I had been seeing before. Now that I got the flora one, I don't really have like a huge preference for what this next one is. I do want to see what the feather dragon is. Honestly, they look exactly the same, just the wings look exactly the same, and then a little bit different on the top. So I most likely got this one because it's a common rather than the volcanic, but let's see. Yep, I definitely got the feather one. So, okay. Now that I get a better look at all of these, I'm a bigger fan of this one. There's at least like some ombre on the hooves and the tips of hair, so that makes it more unique. And I think its tail is more unique too. Obviously the same plastic, so gotta keep it consistent. But at least it's like got that ombre to it. But yeah, and you know, its eye has a little bit more unique. It does match the same eye as that first one. I don't really like this color. I think this one could have been modified with the necklace color. It's too like green and emerald on this. I think they missed the color theory on this one. So kind of my overview, I would say not the highest of quality when it comes to the dragons. I'm a little disappointed with the quality. There's probably only 4 that I'm really into. Obviously as a collector, like I love collecting the entire series for each of them, so that's the problematic part. But if I have a top 4, so like this one's number 1, this one's the Shooting Stars Unicorno or dragon. That one's definitely number 1. Number 2 is the Cherry Blossom one, which I think that's very close. Like first and second are very close, I would say. They definitely spent more time on these 2 designs. Number 3 and 4 has to be out of these 2, which I kind of wish this silver necklace was on the Feather Dragon too. So these are the next 2 that I would say. And these other 4 I'm just not really happy with. They're just not as good quality in my opinion. I think this was a missed opportunity to incorporate more of like this ombre effect. Honestly, like this one's probably the next best one just because it has more fun stuff going on, but honestly, like it's kind of too much. Like the mold is just too much. I'd much rather you pour into the design more, like get rid of like this extra plastic in the middle and like actually make this like look more like an ember. And just like horrible little speckling on the wing right there. So yeah, I'm just like not into these. Overall, I'm probably like 70% happy with this series. They'll still go, you know, in my collection. Just not as super happy with like more of the translucent ones. But that's okay. Hopefully like instead of like, you know, buying the entire palette before I get to see all of them and like actually feel them, I think I'll kind of be more patient and see what the designs actually look like before I proceed with purchasing, just because like I feel like I could have just purchased some of these as one-offs and not felt like the need to keep all of these, because not all of them are as aesthetic to look at. I'm gonna do an overview of placement, and that way you can kind of see like if you're looking for one particular one, you'll know where they're at. You like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Put these to the back. Oh my god. See how easily they fall?